In this video, I would like to provide you with a brief introduction to the business research course so you have a clear understanding of the course content and assignments during the semester. Now, the focus of this course will be on marketing topics as it relates to business research. You are probably familiar with the 4 P's of marketing that are the product, price, promotion, and place. We will take each component or a combination of these components to see how research can be used to solve problems related to the marketing mix, which is the 4 P's. The steps that you will take are based on research, and they are the same in any area. So what you learn in researching marketing related topics can also be used for other business functions. Let's say you have identified a problem. The problem may be related to placement, promotions, product, or distribution in different channels. In any problem, the first step is the research design. And because of this, the first assignment that you will be doing in this course is to identify a marketing problem and follow that up with a viable design. So what is the next step? Once the problem has been identified, we will then look at processes that are used to collect data based on which analysis can be done to arrive at a recommendation or solution that you present to management. Always remember, research is a 3-step process which is structured. The first one is to collect data, the second one is to analyze the data, and the third one is to report the results for managerial action. In other words, we go from data to information. Let's look at step 1, which is data collection. What tools do we use for collecting data? Well, we can do interviews, we can do surveys, we can also look at existing data that is referred to as secondary data. There are advantages and disadvantages to each method of data collection. And in this course, we will get to experience firsthand the pros and cons of collecting primary and secondary data. For data collection, we will be using a program called Qualtrics. This is an online web service that allows you to create surveys similar to other programs like SurveyMonkey, but it is much more powerful. Now, fortunately for us, the University of West Georgia has a license for students to use this product and see what it does, not only in terms of collecting data, but analyzing the data and reporting the results. So it's a full-featured program. And again, this goes back to the 3 steps of the research process that I mentioned earlier. Now, use of the Qualtrics program in the course will give you first-hand experience on how data is collected, and it can even help you with putting this on your resume so you can apply for jobs with marketing research companies who are looking for qualified candidates who possess data collection, data analysis, data mining, and data warehousing type of skills, which are some of the hot new areas in which marketing graduates are seeking to be employed these days. Now, coming back to our research problem, once you have collected your data, what do we do with this data? Well, that would depend on the type of research design you have identified for your problem. Your research can be exploratory, in which you discover new ideas and insights related to the problem. Another type of design, the research design, is descriptive. where we try to discover the frequency with which some phenomena occurs and if there's a relationship between the variables. For example, does mobile advertising increase online sales? This can be viewed as a causal research problem where we try to determine the cause and effect relationship between variables. In case of the example of mobile advertising and sales, mobile advertising is what we call the independent variable, and sales is the dependent variable. Now, a follow-up question that you may have is, does mobile advertising influence sales in males more than females? So now what we have done is we have added two more variables of gender. As you can see, research problems can get quite complicated, and therefore it is essential to have an appropriate research design which will help us get to the solutions that we are looking for. The data that you collect must be reliable and valid. This can be done by using primary data collection. So in the course, you will actually be visiting stores, interviewing people, collecting responses, organizing data, so you can do statistical analysis on the data that you collect during the interview process. Okay, so now you have collected the data and you are ready for analysis. This is where statistical programs like Excel and SPSS come in, where you enter data into these programs and run statistical tests such as correlation, regression, t-tests, non-parametric tests, chi-square tests, which help you test the hypothesis that you have defined when you identified the problem. Now this may seem overwhelming, but it really is not if you take a step-by-step approach that we will do in this course. For example, the first type of analysis that you will be doing is called frequency distribution or cross-tabulation. This type of analysis is easily done by the Qualtrics survey program that I mentioned earlier. Or it can also be used in other programs such as Excel and SPSS. Now, the course assignments have been designed to give you a lot of experience with analyzing your data, as well as helping you understand the core concepts behind hypothesis testing, so you can do the analysis and present your findings to management, which is based on the sound research techniques that you have used. Once you have your findings, you have options to present your solutions as an oral presentation or a written report. As the final project in this course, you will be doing a research report using standard business communication guidelines that includes sections in the report such as executive summary, problem statement, the methodology, the results, the conclusions, and the recommendations. We will also look at what is the most effective way to present information to an audience so they are able to understand your thought process that you use to compile the research. As you can see, there's a lot to learn in this class, and the topic of marketing research is very interesting. By using practical problems, we will be able to see how research is done and apply the concept of research to real-world problems faced by small and large companies. So I hope this summary has been useful, and I look forward to working with you in the course.